this has been really rough. Isn't this location just so epic? I'm a bit apprehensive about today. Definitely one of my favorite views of the walk so far. This really isn't easy. The rain is so heavy now.
The Cape Wrath Trail has a reputation for being one of the wildest and most remote long-distance hikes in the UK. And this week we're about to find out why. If you're new here, hi, I'm Ellie. I'm a long-distance hiker and backpacker. And this is Otto, my four-legged hiking partner. Over the past couple of weeks, we've been slowly making our way north through the Scottish Highlands. This week, we head into our most remote section yet, at times more than 20 kilometers from the nearest road. This is part 4 of our journey to Cape Wrath.
Good morning, day 8 on the Cape Wrath Trail. Had a really good night and now this morning just listening to the birds. So beautiful, so peaceful. It's 8 o'clock, I'm all packed up and as always we're leaving no trace whatsoever. Let's go! Otto is already off, I think he's in a yeah, he is in a really good mood. It's such an incredible experience to just be out here in the middle of nowhere. You don't see anyone, you don't hear any cars, nothing apart from the water and the birds. I actually, before starting this walk, downloaded a bird identification app where you can basically record bird sounds, and then the app, and that even works offline, tells you which bird it likely is and gives you a little picture, which has been so cool. Just lying in the tent and then if I hear something, just recording for a few seconds and let the app tell me what it likely is. Oh, look at that, they're pretty well camouflaged, but there are a lot of deer around here. This is almost the end of the glen and we're going to start our climb now up and over. I can already see the path going up there. This is probably the Leitreach just up there. So far it's been another beautiful day, a couple of clouds, but it actually was supposed to rain today, but it's been holding out so far, which is incredible. Look at this view, it's so wild. Oh, wow, highest point for today. Stunning views. Seeing these old ruins always makes me wonder about the history of those places. Listen to that, it's just quiet. Wow, it's just an unbelievable place. I mean, I've been to the Highlands before and also to quite remote parts, but yeah, this is always so special, such a special magic to these places that are so detached from the real world, so to say, like the so-called real world. There's no signal, you don't know what's going on outside, so to say. You're just living in this moment, which is such a gift and so rare sometimes with social media and everything. Oh wow, so much water still, and it hasn't rained in 6 days. Otto is in a good mood today. Look at him walking ahead. It's really much easier for him when it's dry and not too rocky for the most part. Wow, look at this. Just miles and miles and miles and miles of only hills, bog, peat and nothing else. Ooh, wow, look at that! I can see the Bothy down there, Maol Bhuidhe. Wow, this is incredible. Look at this location, this is gorgeous. And the Bothy looks so wide and basically brand new. I know there have been some renovations that took place this year and last year, I think. Wow. It's just this one house in the middle of nowhere. I think I might have had the perfect timing. There's some dark cloud moving in with probably a bit of rain, but we're only minutes away from the Bothy, and yeah, can't wait to just sit there, enjoy the silence, make a coffee, 2 or 3 coffees. And that's something that I'm really starting to do on this trail, just taking it slow, just because the terrain is tough and tougher than other hikes that we've done, a lot tougher actually. That's such a great place to do it, just unwind, slow down, rest. This is just so nice.
What makes Maol Bhuidhe so special isn't the building itself, but where it's located. The Bothy sits over 20 kilometers from the nearest road in either direction. Reaching it takes hours of walking across rough, often boggy terrain, with river crossings and little in the way of easy ground. It's often described as one of the most remote habitable buildings in Scotland, and standing here, it's easy to understand why. Of all the places we'd passed through so far, this was where the feeling of being truly cut off from the outside world was at its strongest.
This is a bit of a kitchen area. Then there's one room here, which looks so cozy. Just very cute with the candles up there. And then there's another room over here. Look at this, looks brand new. This is incredible. A couple of chairs, books. This is how the Bothy looked like in 1971. This is so cool. Wow, the Mountain Bothies Association has put so much work into this. This is such a special place. There's a little info board sign thing, and I just read a little bit on the history of it, and apparently it's been inhabited at least since the 17th century. Just to be able to stay and sleep in such a remote place with so much history is, I don't know, just feels very special. It's been a pretty nice day, very chill, and yeah, it's been great staying in the Bothy, just meeting a couple of other hikers, enjoying some peace and quiet, reading a book. It's just been really, really nice being in this stunning location, and yeah, I think we're going to have a good night's sleep, and then tomorrow is supposed to be a bit of a rougher day again. We'll see you then. Good night. I'm all packed up and ready. Waterproofs are on because it's quite drizzly. And as always, we're taking all our rubbish with us, leaving no trace. And yeah, left the Bothy clean and tidy. And let's go! Otto's in a good mood. He's already walking ahead. Good morning, everyone. It's day 9 on the Cape Wrath Trail, and as you can see, it's pretty misty. There's been rain on and off during the night, so it definitely will be a bit wetter underfoot today again. It's not even 8 o'clock yet, but today is going to be probably a bit of a tricky one, and to be honest, I'm not really afraid, but I'm a bit apprehensive about today. It's quite slippery. I don't know if Otto can manage that. I think I might have to go back and get him. Alles gut! Alles gut! He managed. Prima! Okay, this was the first difficult bit already done. But yeah, I'm a bit apprehensive about today. There's one, I think 2 or 3 kilometer pathless section coming up right now, which is supposed to be quite boggy. Wow, this looks so moody. So featureless. Just heather and bog, and wow, this is crazy. Also, not going to lie, a bit intimidating sometimes, because there's just nothing to help with orientation or anything. Oh, it's very boggy now. Oh, look at that. Real horror. Ah, this is so deep. Crazy. Ooh, wow. Wow. How am I going to do this? This is so deep. What a great view. Another loch and one behind there. This is gorgeous. We've made it to the other side. This is Loch Kinlochewe. He's so good. He's so good. Alles gut. Alles gut. Prima. Wow. He's so skilled. Prima! We've completed our first pathless section for today, which wasn't too bad for the most part, apart from a couple of 100 meters that were pretty boggy. We've made it on this little track and are now walking along the Loch for a couple of miles. The rain is back, quite heavy now. Woo. another rainbow. Oh, beautiful. 6 kilometers down, and I think it's just another mile or so to another bothy. I think it's a private estate bothy, but it should also be open, Loch. Going there for a little break, and then we'll have our big climb for today over another bíleach. This over there is Loch. Looks so picturesque, so wild. Miles and miles and miles away from everything. Wow, this is gorgeous. Let's have a look inside and see if it's open. Oh, this is a really nice bothy. Oh, wow. Oh, there's a flushing toilet. Oh wow, this is really, really nice. I'm actually rarely doing this, just having a real break with a coffee in the middle of the day. It's not in the middle of the day, it's only 10:30. But on this trail, I really want to take it all in, check out Bothies, take it really slow. So I'm going to make a second coffee, give Otto a good rest. The bothy is really cute, also a great place to stay. And I waited out some more rain, but it looks like it's slowly clearing up now. And we're now about to start our climb to the next bíleach, which is a bit higher than the previous days at around 600 meters, I think. Basically this place here, Loch, is actually where the route splits a little bit from Morvik or from Maol Bhuidhe. You can either go via Strathcarron and then around Ben E, which would be the classic route, I think, but also obviously, especially the bit around Ben E, is quite rough, pathless, obviously higher up, very rocky, so I've decided not to do that. I think that's a bit tough for Otto probably, but instead I've chosen the route variation that heads east from Loch over the bíleach and then down to Craig and then onwards to Kinlochewe. I think this will be a really nice route too, because the guidebook says it's wonderfully isolated, so yeah, we're looking forward to that. It's so unbelievably beautiful. It's crazy how remote Scotland is. I mean, there probably are only a few other places in Europe where you can walk for over 2 days now without having signal, without crossing a road, without seeing any houses, cars. It's just crazy. This makes this trail in Scotland so special. You can almost see the bíleach between those two mountains. That's where we need to head up to. One more river crossing and then there's no path anymore and we have to rough it, just always heading up. Luckily not a lot of water in it at all. You can really see how dry it's been these past couple of days, almost a week now already.
By this point, we'd been out on the trail long enough for the outside world to feel a long way away. phone signal had almost become a distant memory. We barely saw any other hikers, and life had settled into the simple routine of walking, eating, and finding somewhere to sleep. With so few distractions, you end up spending a lot of time in your own head. Sometimes the miles pass quickly. Sometimes they don't.
It's really rough now because it's not just going up, but there are a lot of these dips. So it's a bit hard to do it without going down too much every time. This really isn't easy, and mind you, the weather has been great the entire time apart from the first day. So it's definitely not something to be underestimated. It doesn't really show on camera, but this down there is like over 5 kilometers away. It's hard to show the vastness of it. We have made it to the top. The rain is back. This has been really rough. Definitely one of the hardest bits so far, I think. But I hope it's not too long until we can pick up the apparently better path from the Loch going down. Oh, the rain is so heavy now. It's so wet now. Ah! Oh, it's a bit horrible. After every shower, I think this had been the last one, because it's supposed to be pretty dry later today and tonight, but yeah, there's just more and more showers moving in. Oh, and they're also pretty heavy. It's so wet. The path is quite boggy here too, so very slow going again. This is the way up it. Okay, I'm just going to wade through. Oh, look at Otto, he's doing so well. Prima! Oh, super! Ooh, that was the deepest river crossing that we have had to do to date. It was like mid-calf high. Wow, look at the light, the fog. Oh, this is beautiful now. I'm a bit tempted to set up my tent here, to be honest. But I think I will keep going. It's only 3 p.m. and I don't want to have a really big day tomorrow. I feel like we can keep going for a little bit. So I think I want to do another 2 to 3 kilometers and then just see what comes up. There's also a little bit of a pop-up campsite in case I can't find anything. But yeah, this is incredible. This would be great for pitching. Otto is still going strong, but there aren't any good spots along here anymore. It's all very boggy. Lots of stacks over there. Oh wow. Oh, look at that, it's clearing up again. Wow, gorgeous views. This might be one of my favorite views on the trail so far. Just looking over the River Carron, that's down there, and then the Torridon Hills in the distance back there, with so many different colors, with the woodlands. Oh, this is gorgeous, wow. But I'm also now realizing that by not pitching up by the river up there. That probably means that I actually will have to go to the campsite, because as you can see, there's no option to pitch a tent here. I maybe should have stopped earlier, because now it's along this road and there's basically nowhere to wild camp. I would have had to walk along here anyway, because it's part of the trail, just another mile, and then we'll be at the campsite, and yeah, really happy about that. That was one crazy long day, almost 29 kilometers. I can't wait to get there just to set up the tent. Have a rest, have a coffee. Ooh, this was hard today. We have made it to the campsite and look at this view. Isn't this gorgeous? I'm so happy I got here. Not only because it would have been almost impossible finding somewhere to wild camp between the spot that I saw by the river and here basically, but also this campsite feels like such a lifesaver. I don't know. Just getting here, it's quite basic. There's no shower yet. It's still in the process of being developed, so to say, and there's no fixed rate. They just ask you to give them a couple of pointers, what's nice about the site, what you wish they had, and just pay what feels right for you. There's water and a toilet. As I said, no shower yet, but there's an entire kitchen with a kettle, and my gas almost ran out this morning. So I would have had to choose between having a warm dinner and a coffee. But now I'm on the campsite and I just can have both. This feels great, because honestly the day has been quite rough, and I'm the one to blame for it too, because I just went quite far. I don't know, it was just a bit of a weird stretch, because yeah, there wasn't anything between kilometer 19 and 27, almost nothing to really set up a tent. The rain has stopped. You can hear the cuckoo, there are no midges, and I have this perfect view. So yeah, it's been rough and hard, but that is the Cape Wrath trail, but it's also very beautiful, and now just being here feels incredible. Good morning everyone, day 10 on the Cape Wrath trail. As you can see, it's a beautiful day. We had such a good night on the campsite. Can't recommend this place enough, especially for hikers. There's a kettle, there's a little honesty fridge with lemonade and stuff. There's a bit of an honesty box with food from other hikers. You can charge your phone, you can sit inside. Really happy that I went there, had a really peaceful night listening to the birds this morning. For this stretch from Craig to Kinlochewe, which is already the alternative option to the main route going from Strathcarron around Ben-A. But for this alternative section there are actually two options as well. One is to go over the Coolin Pass, which is apparently quite straightforward, but according to the guidebook not that picturesque maybe. There's another version going through Isan Docha that is a bit longer, but apparently quite nice, and I've decided to do that. But even this longer version is only about 20 kilometers, so I thought it would be okay. Otto is doing great. I was a bit worried how he would cope with that massive distance yesterday, especially finishing off with a couple of miles on the road on tarmac, but he seems to be doing great. And also this today is not our last day of hiking, but I have my van parked in Kinlochewe and I'm going to go there and get it and then spend 2, maybe even 3 days on the campsite there, just having a really good rest. I'm going to catch up on some work on editing. This feels really nice, not just because we're having a couple of rest days, but also because the van is basically my home. So it feels nice to be able to sleep in your own bed for a couple of days, to have all my things. Look at how we're starting off. Wow, this is incredible already. This is so gorgeous.
You can definitely tell when you enter Torridon. The mountains suddenly look a lot more serious, with huge cliffs and rocky faces dominating the skyline. The area is famous for its ancient sandstone peaks, some of the oldest mountains in Britain, shaped over hundreds of millions of years. It's one of those places where you find yourself stopping every few minutes just to look around.
This looks so different now. Torridon, a lot rockier, a lot less grass and bog. Even though I'm not going around Bhuidhe, I'm still getting to see a bit of the Torridon Hills. Almost feels like I'm back home in the Alps, almost. Definitely one of my favorite views of the walk so far. It's just beautiful. Going to head down into the next valley. This is a gorgeous spot with the trees and the stream. There's even a little pool down there. This would be so nice for a wild camp if it's really warm to go for a swim. This is gorgeous. Oh, this is really cute. Wow. Wow, this over there is Bhuidhe. Wow, it's beautiful. It's so gorgeous. So picturesque, so beautiful. Wow. I can't get over this view. It's incredible. I don't know, I just really love the variation of a bit of moorland, river, loch, woodlands, green woodlands, and then in the back these really high moonrows. It's so hot now on our climb up and over towards Kinlochewe. The views are just getting better and better, but it's really hot in the sun now. We are on our last couple of miles down to Kinlochewe, which is just over there. Da 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 da! We've made it to Kinlochewe. Oh, this is great. We have made it to the van, and yeah, we had the most amazing day. We got here yesterday. I took a much needed shower, washed all my clothes, dried my stuff, my tent and everything, and today's just a really nice chill day. It's been so sunny and warm. I think 22 degrees today, which is just perfect. Otto has been lying outside in the sun the entire day. I also packed my resupply parcel for the next section that I'm going to send from the post office. It's just been the most incredible day, just not doing a lot, having the van, my stuff as this little base, and yeah, feeling rested and fresh to start the second part of the hike, because we're only about 10 kilometers short of the halfway point on the Cape Wrath Trail. Can't wait for the second half, and we'll see you tomorrow. Let's do a little recap on the map to finish this section. This is where we camped on the first day of the stretch at the shore of Loch na Leitreach. And then for the first couple of kilometers, it's an easy 4x4 track all the way to the end of the glen. Back there near Iron Lodge, there would probably be a couple of more spots to wild camp too. Then you're starting your climb up towards the Bilach. There's one river crossing here that could be a bit harder if the river's in spade. But for the rest of the stretch, it's really straightforward. It's an easy, well-defined path. It becomes a bit boggier after the highest point, after the Bilach around here, especially this area that can be, I think, quite wet. But it's not hard finding the path. And then you're heading down towards Maol Bhuidhe, which is the Bothy right here. And then on our second day of the stretch, you're starting with this river crossing. This can be quite hard in wet conditions too. And then this area, these first 2 to 3 kilometers, that's pathless and it's pretty rough. The map, as you can see, shows a 4x4 track. It was very faint, but I could pick up this track. It was somewhat visible, and then heading up here. This was pretty rough, pretty boggy in general, especially this first part. Then you're going to drop down to Loch Kinlochewe. Then on the other side of the loch, you pick up a path. It's a smaller path in the beginning, but gets better and better. And then by the end, it's a really nice 4x4 track. It takes you up a little bit and then down towards Lodge, which is right here, another Bothy. And then right here, just before you go to Lodge, this is, I feel like, where you have to make a bit of a bigger decision, because as you can see, there are plenty of route options on the stretch from Morvig to Kinlochewe. You can either walk past Lodge and then walk to Strathcarron, which is over here. And then on the next map, this is the northern section. Most people that will go via Strathcarron will probably go all the way around Ben A. It's quite a bit, as you can see, and then to Kinlochewe. But Otto and I didn't do that. But instead, just before you reach Lodge, I actually went there, but then retraced my steps for a little bit, just a couple of 100 meters, and then headed up to the Bilach. And as you can see, it starts out with a really good 4x4 track, then a little bit of a smaller footpath. But then just after this river crossing, that's also one that can be a bit tricky if it's in spade. It's really rough and really pathless. It definitely feels a lot longer than it actually is. I mean, it is a couple of miles, but this can be very hard going if the visibility isn't great. It's very boggy and then becomes really rocky. There's lots of little dips. This for us was actually the first section where I didn't see a footpath at all, not even from other hikers. I feel like this is not walked as much as other sections of the Cape Wrath Trail, just because there are so many options.
Then once you're up at the Villach, you can see another footpath that's pretty straightforward. It's easy to see, easy to navigate all the way down into the valley. And then there's a wire bridge here to cross it. We just walked through it because it was quite shallow. But yeah, definitely take care here. For wild camping, there are lots of really nice spots just after the wire bridge, after you cross the river. Really nice, flat, grassy spots, somewhat sheltered actually. And then you pick up this 4x4 track all the way through the valley and then down towards Craig. Definitely keep in mind that this whole section, if you don't pitch by the river, this will be quite hard finding somewhere to wild camp because it's really, really boggy and yeah, it's quite rocky, it's quite steep on the sides, so this will be quite hard. Then you walk towards Craig. There was a hostel there, but it's no longer open. After Craig, you walk along the road for around 3-4 kilometers. And then once again, you have two options. You can either go over the Coolin Pass, which is a more direct option. You can also walk towards Achnashellach. And on the way, there's this little campsite. It's right on trail. It's a really, really nice place. And then for our third day, we just continued along the road for a bit and then walked up and over to Esandocha. And this section was a beautiful stretch. Good path throughout. Not hard to navigate, quite rocky in places, but the views were just incredible. And I feel like you see quite a bit of Torridon, even if you don't walk around Ben A. There's another small bothy, the tea house, right here, and some really nice spots by this river too. And then just past the tea house bothy, you pick up a good 4x4 track again, all the way down to Coolin. And then from Coolin, you're heading up onto the moors again with great views over Ben A. And then you're heading down to Kinlochewe. This is what the map and the guidebook proposes. But the guidebook also says that this last part along the river can be very rough, overgrown, boggy. So instead what we did and what the guidebook proposes is to continue on this 4x4 track, heading down, and then there's a bridge here, and then walking along the road to Kinlochewe. This is about 3 kilometers, but the road for us at least wasn't too busy. So it was easy walking and a good alternative.